get the date right.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the Morning Metro, February 3rd, 2018. We are, of course, your hosts, Gert21 and Gertron, as I turn the music down, as I always have to turn music up and down during the show. That's always great. But we are back with another episode. How are you this morning, Gertron?
I am doing well. I'm a little tired. I mean, I understand you didn't go to bed till like 4 o'clock. I didn't go to bed till like 2 o'clock. But the big difference here is I literally work from 8 a.m. to about 6 p.m. So
yeah.
So I get a little bit more sleep, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, and considering the fact that, you also now been doing more streams with me and playing Minecraft and everything, so, that's been kind of a thing lately. Which you're a fun person to stream with anyway, so, and it's one reason why you're on this show, of course.
Of course.
So, now, I can, of course, account for the saying, yes, I'm not with it, I'm tired, and I'm drinking coffee and I have water for later, so let's hope we can hopefully get through this pretty well. Hello everybody that's in chat. Hello, Ender Wolf and Zonal. I don't know who else is here, but if you're lurking, hello and good morning.
Welcome, lurkers.
And with that, we, of course, would like to hear from someone very special in particular, the most interesting man in the world.
He wouldn't be afraid to show his feminine side, if he had one. His mother has a tattoo that reads, Son. At museums, he's allowed to touch the art. He is the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Yes, and for the reason for that is that the former most interesting man in the world was actually interviewed by Fox News. And I believe this was a short article. Let's see, did I write what my notes were about this? Yeah, read the article. It's really short. Good to know. Okay, first of all, his actual name is Jonathan Goldsmith, and he, aka the Dos Equis original, most interesting man in the world, knows a thing or two about pouring a drink. The actor and
philanthropist.
Thank you. Is now the new face of Australia Tequila, and he chatted exclusively with Fox News about his favorite aspects of being the most interesting man in the world, as well as his go-to drink and his private off-screen life. Here's a few more of the interesting things Goldsmith shared. And I'm not sure what this field is, but that looks really cool. I love the scenery behind him and stuff. I guess it's some kind of, I guess he does some farming, I suppose, I guess.
Oh, it looks like that might actually be astrals, the actual plant.
Oh, okay. I guess what is that where?
Maybe.
I guess that's where alcohol, or I guess some type of alcoholic drink is made from, I suppose.
What?
Astrals?
One of them, tequila. Wow, 92 proof. That's some strong alcohol. Just saying.
He's big pro. Man, I should have read all this. I feel stupid. Well, basically, I'm just gonna read the body of things because I'm just struggling this morning because I'm tired. It was a natural fit, having worked in the spirits world, says Goldsmith, who is actually a partner with Davos brand, which includes Astral. He further believes the Astral's handcrafted method of producing the tequila results in a unique, excellent 92 proof, which I'm assuming, as you just read, is like really super alcoholic, I guess.
Yes. Well, okay. Alcohol, from my understanding, alcohol can only reach 100 proof at the most. So the closer you are to 100 proof, the more alcohol content it is, and the easier it is for you to get drunk. Right.
He says the company's controversial Columbus Day ad was misunderstood. The company, so I guess I'm assuming, I wonder what, if Gertrude, you could click the sublink that's in there and maybe figure out what it's referencing with the Columbus Day themed ad. The company's Columbus Day themed ad called itself a reenactment of a holiday And in it, Goldsmith attempts to meet up with an Indian woman across the bar, but bumps into a woman who appears to be Native American on the way. That is pretty much how it happened, the actor says at the end. The ad was deemed racially insensitive by some. They spelled the word some. Wow, they misspelled the word some in this article. Dang. But Goldsmith tells Fox News it was supposed to be a tongue-in-cheek, but quickly became a misunderstood situation for which ad agency Eric and Kallman has since apologized. Okay, let's scroll down through here. He doesn't spend all of his time in the back of a bar. I loves the quiet of being outdoors. Wow, I love the quiet. Oh, man, somebody couldn't.
Well, maybe they didn't misspell it.
It's how he says it.
Maybe that's exactly how he says it. I loves the quiet of being outdoors in nature. It's like looking into the woods of my backyard in Vermont.
That could be. Yeah, he could have added a bit of an accent to it.
I did. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying he could have in the interview. You did it on purpose. He could have also done it just naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I most enjoy that I was able to bring joy and good to the world for people of all ages, something we need more of. That's very true. I was able to serve as president of Make-A-Wish for Vermont, commencement speeches at local prep schools. I also spoke at Harvard twice, Goldsmith said, adding that he never felt any pressure. When serving as inaugural Most Interesting Man for Doskides, another favorite memory is visiting Camp David with President Barack Obama, he said, and there's a photo of them apparently on Twitter, on Instagram. By the way, he does not have a Twitter. I'm really sad. I went to go look him up on Twitter. He does not have a Twitter. No, he only has an Instagram account.
I thought he did have a Twitter account.
No, he doesn't, and it makes me sad because I would love to follow him on Twitter. He doesn't always drink beer. He actually prefers a tequila martini with olives and no vermouth. I think is how we pronounced that last night. Vermouth. He could teach a class on being more interesting. And I love this at the end, actually. The most common question that I got through my years as the most interesting man was, how can I be more interesting? But to be interesting, you have to be interested, Goldsmith mused. Get away from computer screens, be active in your life, and participate in the parade of life. You will only get one trip, one shot, and it's one-way ticket. Make it count. That's a pretty solid advice. So that is advice from the most interesting man in the world. Gertrude, would you count yourself as interesting?
No. I can't even say partially. I am not interesting at all. I am the most uninteresting person in the world.
I don't know. I mean, you're definitely interesting when we get all trolly when we did some of those prank calls last night on the stream. That was pretty interesting.
Oh, by the way.
Oh boy.
Anybody that is currently watching the stream, if you can find a phone number, and you have to prove it via a website, it has to be an actual company. I will not be calling any citizens.
Oh boy.
Has to be a company, preferably a grocery store or a restaurant of sorts. If you send me a private message, or you can just, shoot me a private message in Twitch with the link, and I will think about calling them today after chat, and then we'll do a live stream prank to one place. So find the messages quickly.
Cast your votes now. All right. By the way, I will say again, I am tired. I am sorry if I butcher any articles today. It is not intentional. I normally can read just fine. I'm just tired and my brain doesn't want to work today. All right, next article. We're going to talk about this one. This is great.
I'm going to can I take this one?
Yes. Yes, okay.
I read through this article, and it's it's interesting.
All right.
Okay, so I never knew that a dog could receive unemployment benefits.
Continue.
So really, I mean, now the only animals I can even think of that deserve unemployment are police dogs, fire dogs, service dogs, possibly.
Yeah.
That in this case, it's just a regular German Shepherd, not a police dog. I mean, normally German Shepherds are police dogs, but they're not all. And a German Shepherd in Michigan received a letter last week confirming that he was approved for $360 every week in state unemployment benefits from a restaurant he was supposedly working at. Now, the letter from the State of Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency was addressed to a Michael Ryder. Ryder is the name of the dog owned by Michael Haddock, an attorney. Not sure what he was going to do with the money, but it should be interesting. I knew he was clever, but he surprised me this time. Haddock wrote in the Facebook post.
That's a cute dog, I have to say. It's a really cute dog.
Yes, very cute. Deserves the unemployment check, in my opinion.
Absolutely, because a cute dog totally needs unemployment. Totally. Exactly. They're entitled. Exactly. Well, don't you know in the age of everything has a right? This dog has a right to unemployment.
Exactly.
Please continue.
And I'm just going to really quick say, Enderwolf states, I'm going to report you to PETA for all the animals you killed. And he was quoting me from last night when I called McDonald's and told them I was going to report them to PETA.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. All right, continue, please.
Okay, so now, unfortunately for Ryder, the chances of collecting some extra money for bones or squeaky toys did not pan out. The agency told WZZM-TV that the claim was flagged as suspicious. I wonder why. In the next step of the process, unfortunately, Michael Ryder's claim will not be allowed. I know firsthand it is rare for a man's best friend to contribute financially to the household, and that will continue in this instance. Tim Kohler, the state's administrator of investigations, told the station. Wow.
Poor dog. He never had a chance.
Man, it's just.
And I mean, look at this. Look at this face of disappointment. This dog clearly is sad about not collecting unemployment. I think we need to change that. Clearly, he's upset.
It'd be funny as if we call him up and say, "Hey, we'll give you unemployment.
Right?
It'll be about $10 a month, but hey, there you go." We start a GoFundMe page.
Oh, there you go. Or we go to the change.org website, whatever, and start a petition for this dog to be able to collect unemployment, because I think that's terrible. His rights were stripped.
We totally
it's America.
Could do that. We could do that. No, that would actually be very interesting.
Right.
Never mind.
If we scratch our imaginary beards, I shaved last night, so I don't have a Alrighty, we're just delaying
our beards.
Yeah, okay, now we're just delaying time. Alright, let's just go here. Okay, so of course you guys know, well, if you're in America, that is, the Super Bowl is tomorrow. Don't remember who's playing. I haven't even been following it. But what I did find interesting was an article from TheVerge.com, which talked about how the Super Bowl halftime show is put together in 6 minutes, which is absolutely amazing. I'm going to read this is a very long article that we can, of course, dump in chat for you guys to check out really quick here. But there's basically a time-lapse video. I'm not going to read through the whole thing because, again, it's super, super long. There's a bunch of little questions here and there and stuff. Ew, sports. Why does Gert... Okay, I'm not sure what that... Okay. Sorry, I'm reading... sorry, for those of you that are listening to hearthis.at, hear this at... we're actually reading off of the chat, of course, once again. You guys who listen audio version should know that this show is actually live streamed. And unfortunately, you're not going to be able to know what the time-lapse video looks like. But anyway, so I'm going to read at least 2 of the questions are on here. And one of them was asked, The Verge asked, how does planning the process begin with a Super Bowl halftime show? Batzil, Batzil, I guess, who's one of the planners, I guess, for the event, I think. Patrick Batzil, okay, he's a sound engineer. There are two sides to that. The first is the site itself, the nuts and bolts. That starts in June for a Super Bowl in February. We make our first site survey in June to take a look at a big picture of the space. Where are we going to put the broadcast trucks? Where are we going to put the audio compound? Where we build all the speakers? Man, that felt like an awkward sentence. There's some bad writing I've noticed lately. It's annoying. And we have to put, they basically have to put trailers and offices. We figure out inside the stadium where we are going to ultimately put amplifier racks, where we can store the speaker charts, speaker carts. We have to put the whole show on the field in 6 minutes. The Virgin asked, hold on, 6 minutes? Question marks? 6 minutes from the end of the first half of the football game to the beginning of the halftime show is between 6 and 7 minutes. That's how much time you get to build the entire show on the field. And there's actually a time lapse, which it absolutely looks amazing. They look like little ants just scrubbing along the. Here, I'll maximize this video so you can see, but they look like little ants just scrubbing along the field here, and it's absolutely amazing. Now it's a 1 minute time lapse video, but that is amazing. Like now, for somebody like me who's a production nerd and like into live production, this is like mind blowing to me that they managed to do this in 6 minutes. And when he was talking about production trucks, I can totally relate because our church actually did this really crazy event where we had to set up like fiber optic cables and production trucks and everything like that, and it was just, I can totally understand what he's talking about with all this. So definitely very cool. It's just really great how they do all this and stuff. So yeah, Gertron, thoughts on 6 minute shows? What do you think?
Well, it only took 6 minutes for me to become uninterested in football, but
wow,
I do find it interesting that they can get the entire halftime show set up in 6 minutes.
Yeah,
that is impressive. I will give you that.
And hello, Tran in chat as well. Good morning. Yeah, and and the really amazing part is that like when you think about how audio gear is put together, and you think about all the cabling you have to do, all the wiring, not to mention the broadcast trucks themselves, they have to run all those fiber cables. Like you have to have like a team that just snaps too. Like it has to run like a well-oiled machine. And that is like very amazing that they managed to do all that. Now the question is, okay, they put together in 6 minutes, so how long does it take them to take it apart? Which I'm sure they probably covered that in hopefully at the end of the article. But yeah, that's amazing. That is super cool. And actually, I have to nerd out a little bit really quick here. Where is it? Okay, from a production nerd, this is an amazing setup. Like this is literally amazing. This light board and this soundboard and everything is just like, I was nerding out about this when I was writing the show last night. This is like crazy. He's even got some food there. Hey, good on him. But yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, the lighting board is so cool. So yeah, I love production stuff.
I would imagine it takes them 6 minutes to take it down.
Probably. I would assume so.
Yep.
So,
yep. But think about it. All it takes is for one chord to be misplaced to go from an amazing show to a complete cluster bomb.
Yeah, that would be, because in the other part is they have to do sound checks. They have to make sure the batteries are charged. If they have to use wireless mics, I mean, they have to make sure that like people's guitars and instruments. I mean, that's crazy. That's amazingly crazy.
Think about this. Normally, before any concert or anything, they usually do a mic check.
Yeah.
And
they have a few more.
I've ever heard them do mic checks on the Super Bowls. I've always just seen them go from it's just there. There is no check. It's just like it's there, and you're like, nobody checked. What if somebody's mic wasn't working? All of a sudden, they start splurting out a song, and there's nothing.
Yeah. Well, they have to really use like some serious like top grade equipment, honestly, to make sure that it that it works really well. So
I would imagine so.
cool.
All you got to do is steal one of those mics, and you're set for life.
There you go. There you go. Alrighty. Well, and moving on to some ridiculous news. My annoyance with YouTube slowly, surely grows. YouTube will start labeling videos from state-funded broadcasters. I'm going to read off my show notes. Okay, this is from TheVerge.com. Report is saying YouTube will start labeling videos it identifies as coming from state-funded broadcasters starting today. I need to actually put the date on when what today was. February 2nd, which was actually yesterday. Oh!
Wow.
Gee whiz. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where was my notes here? Starting today. Under the changes, PBS, for example, would carry a label that states it's a publicly funded American broadcaster. The move will affect a variety of sources and is designed to curb the spread of misinformation. Okay, I'm gonna rant about that misinformation part in a sec. The label will also link to the news publisher's Wikipedia page, as if Wikipedia is even accurate nowadays.
No, it's not. I could write a Wikipedia article, and yeah.
We'll be rolling out this feature to viewers in the U.S. for now, and we don't expect it to be perfect.
It'll be imperfect.
Oh my gosh, this just gets worse. And also, The Verge also said, the principle here is to provide more information to our users and let our users make the judgment themselves, as opposed to being in the business of providing any sort of editorial judgment on any of these things ourselves. YouTube previously changed its search algorithm to display more reliable and trustworthy sources after a mass shooting in Las Vegas led to a spike in misinformation
to the grid
and hateful content. It's far from the only platform dealing with issues of misinformation and Russian propaganda. And welcome Gamer XD to the show, and also thank you for the follow. Welcome to Guardians of the Grid, man.
So I am not happy about this.
Go for it.
At all. YouTube previously changed its search algorithm to display more reliable and trustworthy sources. Who are you to decide what's trustworthy or not? I mean, the media is a bunch of fake, lying libtards.
Stole the words right out of my mouth.
And you're going to be saying that they're the trustworthy ones. I don't want to listen to them. I know they're not trustworthy. Personally, I like InfoWars because I feel like they are pretty honest about what's actually going on out there, but they're probably going to be labeled as untrustworthy because they are conservative and they believe in giving the truth to the American people versus all these other news sources that just lie, other than Fox News. Fox News does a fairly decent job. They have their fair share of lying, but nowhere near as the Clinton News Network.
I am getting really sick and tired of YouTube up to this point because last what is it? Whatever was the last show, the more of TMM was. Let's see. I think that was the January 27th episode or 20th episode, one of the two. We talked about something, basically something controversial. It was the immigration stuff, I believe. And
yeah,
I uploaded that video that Monday, and guess what happened? This video is not suitable for advertisers. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, you know what? This is ridiculous. So you're gonna further clamp down your platform. You're now going to decide what is trustworthy and what's not. And no one cares if it says that something is publicly funded. I already knew that about PBS. PBS is in the same state that I live in. Hello? I already knew that. Public broadcasting station. Okay, whatever. But the thing is that I am so tired of YouTube deciding what is, considered, the right thing, wrong thing, correct, incorrect. First of all, Wikipedia is actually getting more tainted, as I recall, by the left-wing, thought, especially a lot of, from what, as I was an article I came across, or somebody told me, the Wikipedia is getting more and more intoxicated with feminist mindsets and thoughts and things like that. So you have to be careful what you read on Wikipedia now. But YouTube is not helping themselves. This is making the platform worse and worse. And it's to the point where it's like the only reason why I go to YouTube right now is just to watch like Linus Tech Tips or Science Studio. I don't go to YouTube for my news. And if you go to YouTube for your news, you've made a very that's not the smart thing to do. I really would not recommend doing that.
Okay. I do use YouTube for news stuff, but because I am informed, I know that the only one I'm really going to take any salt to is like InfoWars, Fox News. I'll watch the other ones from time to time just so I can laugh and point fingers at them.
Right? That's always fun.
Exactly. But beyond that, I mean, YouTube can be a good source of news if you're informed on what's considered fake news, which that I believe is a term that was coined by Donald Trump.
That is a great buzzword nowadays. Anybody also that's in chat that's watching this morning would like to cast in their information, viewpoints, please go ahead and put in the chat. This is a very chat host heavy show, so we would love to know what you guys think as we talk about each article here.
And I would also like to point out that if there are any liberals, lefties in the chat or listening to this,
we still love you.
We still love you.
Yeah.
We still want the best for you. We just hope that you become a little more informed.
Yeah. The point of this show is not to really judge anybody or to tell anybody that you're wrong, think or whatever. We just simply want to inform.
I'm sorry, but CNN I am going to judge, point fingers at, and make fun of.
I was talking about people that were watching on YouTube and Twitch and listening listening on hearthis.at. If you think that, or think opposite of us, this is only our opinions, but we still love you and we still appreciate your time here. So
yes,
if you have an opposite point, that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. That's cool. We respect.
The left will be left behind and the right will keep going on.
Alrighty, come on. I'm trying to score some hearts here. You're not helping much. I know what you mean. Anywho,
I'm scoring graves over here.
Yeah, you are actually. So yeah, no, I really need to find an alternative platform to YouTube. I really do, because I cannot. I'm almost tempted to post TMM on Minds.com, which is supposed to be a more free speech website to post your, to upload videos about your differing opinions and stuff, but which might come in the future, maybe, depending how the show planning goes. But yeah, no, it's just it's ridiculous. Like YouTube, like if you don't watch it, you're gonna end up losing your viewers. I don't care if it's owned by Google. They're gonna, somewhere along the line, they're gonna lose something somewhere. They can't keep this up. So I don't know. We're gonna have to move on so we can keep within the hour time field. Gertrude, I believe this was an article that you wanted to cover. Now,
yes.
Now,
and I will put a quotes in front of this. This is basically sort of an attack on the DNC, the Democratic National Committee. Is that it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Now we want to quick say this is after President Trump gave his State of the Union address. So this is an article that's talking about the 5 key takeaways from the declassified FISA memo.
Yes, which I'm surprised you had no idea what that was.
Well, because
hashtag release the memo.
Because when I knew that there was the Democratic rebuttal to Trump's thing, which, by the way, that was mainly just John Kennedy just trying to make. He sounded like he was trying to make his own political statement thingy or other. Like he was campaigning for himself when he did that. It didn't sound like anything like a good rebuttal for anything. But that's just me here. But yeah, apparently this was released. And Gertrude, I'm sorry, I'm stealing your thunder. Go ahead and read this while I shut up here. Go ahead.
And take a look at your Discord chat right quick, by the way.
All right, continue.
Okay, so this is a two-prong. I'm actually going to start off talking about the FISA memo, and then I will talk about the State of the Union. This was released after the State of the Union, but if you haven't heard about the FISA memo, basically it's the memo that they were trying to get released because it was supposed to be showing how the DNC funded the dossier, which was used to obtain Foreign Intelligence Service Act warrants against Donald Trump. And what we find out when this is released is that not only is Donald Trump basically innocent of any collusion with the Russians.
Well, we already knew that.
Well, I mean, we already knew that, but now we have proof.
Right.
We find that not only did the DNC, the Democrats, go against Donald Trump, that's understandable. But the FBI, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Corps, and the DOJ at that time, while they were still under Obama's rule, were against Donald Trump as well, and basically using misinformation and crazy stuff that that were just flat out lies. Okay, so the Carter Page FISA application relied heavily on information from the dossier, which was given from I believe it was a British agent. In one of the applications, the FBI cited the dossier and a story by Yahoo News as two different sources. However, the Yahoo story derived from the information Steele leaked to them, so they were really both the same source.
Yahoo News, really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're idiots.
Who even uses Yahoo?
I know.
Like, hello?
Right?
Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Y'all are Yahoos, but go ahead.
And the page on the FISA application incorrectly assesses that Steele, who was the one who was giving a British spy, basically, was giving this information to the media and whatnot, and it was basically just lying.
So basically, what it comes down to is there was a bunch of propaganda that was started by what I guess Yahoo News is what I'm gathering from this.
Oh, it was actually started by Steele. Steele, the British agent, was giving this information, though it was lies, to news media and letting them spin the story, and then letting them. And then the FBI basically took it at, oh, they're the ones who found the information, though all the information that the media ever had originally came from Steele, who was lying his butt out.
Wow. I see at the end here it says Steele wanted to destroy Trump. Steele was apparently desperate that Trump never made it. Was desperate that Trump never made it to the White House. In September 2016, Steele admitted to the DOJ Office Bureau, or his feelings against. Oh, they should have put the word. Oh, wow, another misspelling. Dang. Or his feelings against then candidate Trump when Steele said he was desperate that Donald Trump got elected.
Not get elected.
Oh, not get man. I can't read. Was desperate Donald Trump not get elected and was passionate about him not being president. The memo reads. This clear evidence of Steele's bias was recorded by Orr at the time and subsequently in the official FBI files, but not reflected in any of the Page FISA applications it added, referring to Trump campaign advisor Carter Page. And of course, you can read the full memo if you want to. So basically, this guy had a political agenda or something like that, and didn't like Trump, and now it's been publicly exposed.
And we're talking, there are a lot of people who are going to get in trouble because James Comey was involved. Well, as I said, the FBI, top senior FBI and DOJ officials were involved. Somebody is going to jail.
Somebody's going to also lose their job, too, more likely.
A lot of them have already lost their job. If you've been paying attention to the news, there have been a lot of people over the last couple days who have stepped down from their positions, and new people have taken their positions in just the last couple days.
Dang. Ouch.
And it's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The dossier was commissioned by Fusion GPS, which I believe is another news organization or something, and paid for by the Hillary Clinton campaign and the Democratic National Committee. Christopher Steele was paid over $160,000 by the DNC and Clinton campaign to obtain information on Trump's alleged ties to Russia.
Dang.
And again, in the end, they found no collusion. In fact, it was on the Democratic side.
Mm-hmm.
And now, from what I'm reading, the Democrats are probably going to lose in 2018 on March 5th when it's time to be voting in new people for Congress and the Senate. They're believing that, no, it's going to be Republicans this time because even the Democrats are upset.
Well, and the other half of this, too, is during Trump's State of the Union address, when he was talking about some very good points and stuff. Now, there was some things I would have liked for him to talk about, but he didn't. A lot of the Democrats were actually sitting when the Republicans were clapping about certain things. And if anybody was paying attention to that, which, by the way, Twitter was a mess. I actually did look at the State of the Union hashtag on Twitter. It was horrid. It was absolutely horrid. And full of a lot of illiteracy, which was frustrating. The Democrats really have not painted themselves in a very good color, unfortunately. And it's I'm hoping that maybe it might shift the tide for a while on, now granted, there are some, not all Republicans are good. There are some, Republicans that should really switch parties. That's just me. But it's not looking good for them. I'm glad this is finally out there, but no, it's not. Yeah. It's just not looking too great.
and you know what's funny? One example is Donald Trump said that the African American unemployment stands at the lowest rate ever recorded. The camera moves to the audience, and specifically to the Democratic side, where a lot of African American are, and they're all just sitting and
crossing their arms.
Shows a picture of a lady who just has a
smug look on her face.
Just I don't care. And I'm just like, we're talking about your people here. You should be standing. You should be clapping. And they didn't stand or clap for when Donald Trump was talking about how we should be defending our flag or defending the national
that's
anthem
disgusting.
Things that, if you're an American, you're going to agree with.
Yeah. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and bump the last article up, which was the map thing, only because of the theme, and I'm gonna end on the pizza one, and then we'll do the prank call thing. Which, please don't get in trouble if you do that. Okay, please don't. All right. And in more dumb things our country does and whatever, apparently our military issued Fitbits to soldiers, which, ironically enough, I have a Fitbit sitting on my desk that apparently I think the battery is actually dying, but that's okay because I don't really use it that much. Every once in a while, maybe. Two soldiers then realizes the mistake after looking at a map. Gertron, you wrote this article. Would you please take it away?
Okay, so a lot of people use Fitbits, okay, which is great. They're trying to keep people fit. And people love their fitness tracking devices. And now I don't use them. To my understanding, Grid, you have one?
I do have one, yes. It's sitting on my desk.
Yes. And many military personnel are included in this category as well. Now, it's no secret that the U.S. military has been issuing these Fitbits and exercise tracking devices to its soldiers for quite some time. They were given to encourage members of the military to exercise while in service. But what they didn't count on was this map. And there are two different maps being shown. There's one of the United States and then another one of Africa, and showing a little bit of the Middle East. All those bright little lights you see are U.S. military personnel who are wearing Fitbits.
Rip.
And the reason why this is so bad is because you're basically giving away
Where all your military bases are.
Yeah.
Now-
And that's just not good.
Does it say? I didn't read this article because you wrote this. Does it say exactly how they figured out? How they? Oh, I was about to ask you. How they found out about this heat map that shows the military personnel. I'm assuming it's probably in this key line here. The global heat map published by GPS tracking company Strava uses satellite information to map the locations of movements of subscribers to the company's fitness service over a 2-year period by illuminating areas of activity. The Washington Post reported. The heat map shows populated areas in the United States and in Europe lit up like a Christmas tree. The map doesn't show specific users, but areas that have frequent activity. I was trying to figure out how exactly they the really dumb question that I have is why would they make this information public? Why is this necessary that they show this exact, and even this is even done for this website to even talk about the fact that this was a thing, like that just makes it look even, oh my gosh, there's a security implications. Oh boy, continue.
I was kind of wondering the same thing. I mean, like, oh, there you go. Now you're just sharing the picture to, everybody and making sure everybody's aware of it. Why don't we just zoom in there and see which parts of the world that you're showing there? And, America, not a big deal. But showing war zones and whatnot,
Yeah, that...
Now, if these are a couple years old, might be okay, but
I thought this was a recent thing that came out. When was this? This is January 31st, 2018.
31st, yeah.
So it was in this.
Right.
It's a couple days ago that this got released.
Yeah.
That's really dumb. Why would you make an article about that? And you know what the ironic thing is? Trump said in his State of the Union address that we were not going to talk about our military plans. And then this happens.
Well, you can't really blame Trump for all of this. Because
no, I know, I'm not.
For a couple years.
No, I'm not. I'm not blaming him.
We can blame Obama for it.
Well, I'm not blaming Trump for this. I just think it's funny because Trump was going to. I mean, well, he did talk about specific plans. But showing areas and not talking about plans is still just as bad, if not maybe worse, because now it's exact locations, and now our enemies are gonna know more information than what they knew before. So that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, but yeah, that's just 10 out of 10 on the stupidity level. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, now I will say. If all these lights that are being shown here in America if that's everybody or specifically the military personnel, if it's specifically the military personnel, I feel a lot safer now because that's a lot of military there. If somebody attacks us, they're going to have a lot of people to go through.
Yeah, wow. Wow, I mean, good and wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not
boy.
Hello, Peter Soltis. Welcome to the Morning Metro, sir. All right, so our last article, and I actually think this is cool because I like pizza.
Pizza's good.
Gertrude, please talk about this curious article. Pizza for breakfast. Nutritionists say it's healthier than cereal. Continue.
And I was looking at it, I was like, that is interesting. Now, you may be surprised to find out that an average slice of pizza and a bowl of cereal with whole milk contain nearly the same amount of calories. A registered dietitian, Chelsea Ammer, told the Chicago Tribune's Daily Mail. However, pizza packs a much larger protein punch, which will keep you full and boost satiety. I think it meant sanity throughout the morning. I don't know. But I could see that. Pizza's good. I love it.
Who doesn't like pizza? I mean, sir, like
Now,
actually, you know what? Oh, you know what? Ironically, hold on a sec. Let me flip scenes here. I actually posted a photo of pizza on my Instagram not too long ago. Hold on, let me see if I find myself on because okay, since we just here, let me, okay, yep, here it is. Yep, this I had pizza the other day. Ironically, this is beautiful. That is a gluten-free pizza.
Boy.
That is a gluten-free pizza, and it's pepperoni and cheese. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any pineapple, which are going to trigger about half the population, but I love having pineapple on my pizza.
It gives that nice little tang.
It does. It really does. But
Now, basically, a slice of pizza contains more fat and much less sugar than most cold cereals, so you will not experience a quick sugar crash, which is good.
Interesting.
Good. Cold pizza, microwave pizza, store-bought, frozen pizza. It doesn't matter what kind of pie is on your plate this morning. It's probably a healthier breakfast than a bowl of cereal. Now, me, I eat oatmeal in the mornings, and the oatmeal I eat actually is packed with protein. Each packet of oatmeal that I have has 10 grams of protein. And I always have 2 packets, so I get about 20, which covers almost 50% of my daily protein needed intake. And then I have tuna for lunch, and then
tuna fish.
Yeah. Well, actually, I found these little packets of tuna, and they're not that expensive, and they're different flavors. So it's not just your bland tuna; it's they're flavored, so you don't feel like you're eating it and you're like, this is so dry and disgusting. And they're delicious.
Well, when you order pizza, what do you like having on your pizza, actually?
I need lots of mushrooms, tons of mushrooms, cheese, and bacon.
Ooh,
and
bacon.
Then everything else after that, it could differ between chicken, beef. I try to stay away from pepperoni. I like pepperoni, but it doesn't like me.
Yeah.
It's a love-hate relationship there. But yeah, that's kind of what I try to go for. And if I can get the sauce to not be the regular pizza sauce, but their white marinara sauce, then I go for that as well.
Nice. When I order, although I haven't ordered any pizzas recently because I've been ordering, I forget what brand of pizza it is that I usually buy at the store. We get at the store. If I get pizza out, I will usually order it with pineapple and pepperoni, and of course, just automatically comes with cheese and stuff. But it tastes really good. Like, it's not bad. But I've been noticing, actually, what I really hate is that the place I order pizza from, the crust is often like thinner than I want it to be. So, like, I mean, and granted, the picture of this pizza, it doesn't. I mean, I guess it has a better crust than what than the one from the one that I order, or the one that I order out and stuff. But like, I don't know. It's that's usually what I mainly get on pizza. Although I think I have had pizza with onion on it. I think at one point in time I tried it like that. But yeah, no. I mean, now I love eating cold pizza. Honestly, like cold pizza, warm pizza. But sometimes cold pizza just tastes like really good. Oh, dude, there's pictures of pizza on this now. Dang it! Now I want pizza. Look at this amazing pizza. Look at it. Oh man.
Good gravy.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. So I mean, now I'm not saying that you should. Now, my dad's a health nut. He would probably look at me funny, think that I'm crazy for saying that pizza is healthy for you or whatever. I can see, and actually, the funny thing is that the pizza that I get, it's like one of those small personal pizza. And thank you, Enderwolf, for the bits. And Enderwolf says in chat, the only problem is pizza is incredibly greasy. It depends on where you get it from.
Exactly.
It really depends.
There's one pizza place I go to that if you get their pizza, you're almost guaranteed to get at least a gallon of grease. Which,
ew.
Okay, a gallon, I may be overstating that, but there is a lot. I turn it up and squeeze it, and it just runs. And it's like,
that's sick.
Yeah.
That's
but
gross.
It tastes good. But yeah, what I normally do is I usually get most of it off, because beyond that, I mean, it does make the flavor really good.
Yeah.
But I don't like completely ungreasy pizza. There's this fancy pizza place here where I live, and they literally make their pizzas in the stone oven. I mean, it's really authentic, and it's not greasy at all.
I actually have a random story about computers and pizza, by the way. We have time for a story. So I used to work at a computer repair store, and there was actually a Pizza Pleasers near us or whatever, and they brought in their computer to the repair shop. The entire inside of, first of all, the entire outside of the computer, literally covered in grease. Like, it was just greasy, just from the air. The inside of it had black junk, like, from them cooking. And so there's just this black, greasy junk inside the computer. It was a heck of a mess to clean up. And I don't even think we got the computer completely clean. And the funny part is one of the computers actually died because it was just so greasy on the inside. It was ridiculous. And hello, AMH. Welcome to the show. I hope you're having a good morning. So, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of it for the most part. We could talk about pizza for forever and never end the show. It'd be great. But yeah, so I'm a little bit nervous about doing this. Gertron, did you get a number submitted to you?
I didn't get any numbers submitted to me, unfortunately, but I decided, since we're talking about pizza, guess where I'm going to call?
A pizza place.
A Pizza Hut.
Oh, no.
And I'm not going to call one in the state that I live. I'm calling Kentucky. And I'm going to tell them, here's my plan. I'm going to tell them that I was driving through trying to get back to Missouri, and I left my phone there, and I got all the way back home, and I realized my phone wasn't on me. I'm going to make up a story about how I have two phones. I have a work phone and a business phone. Well, a business phone and a personal phone, and I left my business phone there. I'm going to tell them that I found out I lost my phone, and then when I pull up my Find My Phone app, it showed that it was at their Pizza Hut. So I need them to go start searching their store, their front, and find out where it's at. And we're gonna see how long it takes from this, until they're just like, we're sorry, we can't find it. And we're gonna see what happens there.
Oh,
we're gonna see what happens.
Okay, disclaimer: I do not commend prank calling. This is something Gertron wanted to do. I would never do this myself, and you shouldn't either. What? And with that, Gertron, I would never commend. Just whatever. Okay.
Okay, and I can't tell you where I'm actually calling because that would just be
just for privacy reasons.
It's a Pizza Hut in Kentucky.
Okay.
Somewhere. Now, obviously, if they start spouting off their address,
that's awkward.
That could be interesting. Yeah, that could be interesting.
Don't try this at home. Exactly, Underwolf. Exactly. All right. Here we go.
Quiet on the set.
Try this anywhere else. Underwolf. Oh boy. Speakerphone.
How can I help you?
Hi, my name's Alex, and I was traveling from Kentucky to Missouri because I was on a business trip, and I came into your guys' shop, and I think I left my phone at your shop because when I got home to Missouri, I have two phones. I have a personal phone and I have a business phone, and I think I left my business phone in your guys' shop because when I pulled up my Find My App site, it showed that it was located near your shop. Is there any way you guys can take a look around there and see if you can find my phone?
Did you dine in?
Yes, I did.
Okay, do you remember where you were sitting?
It's a long drive from Kentucky to Missouri. I think I was back in the corner on the left side. I think.
Okay, let me go check real quick.
Okay, thank you. Wow. Oh, this is great.
All right. Let's see how this goes. But yeah, PETA and Lava Me was better. We're just still waiting.
Yeah. Yeah, just gonna wait. When she gets back, I'm gonna say, okay, let me go ahead and try to call it and see if you can hear it ring. See, it might be on vibrate, so you're gonna have to listen very carefully.
Oh my God. This is crazy.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. I wonder how hard they're actually looking. Oh boy.
I don't know.
Oh boy. I'm gonna see if I can get it. I'm gonna ask them if they have like a uncorded phone. See when I call it. Well, fake call it.
Are you gonna? Oh, well, of course you. Oh yeah, that. So what happens when they don't find it?
Oh, then I'd just be like, wow.
I'm sorry, I can't find one and turn one in. I'm really.
Oh, okay. Okay. If I call the phone, do you have a lot of people in your shop right now?
No,
Okay, if I call the phone, do you think you could listen for it maybe?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, now do you have an uncorded phone, like a handset you can walk around with?
I mean, I have my cell phone, but all of our phones for here are on.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call it, and I want you to see if you can hear it. I'm pretty sure I have the ringer up. I'm hoping that I don't have it on vibrate right now.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
Okay, I'm calling it right now.
Okay.
Now what? So what? So now what are we gonna do?
I'm just gonna hang up on them.
Wow. just.
Okay, maybe not that funny. Yeah, I don't know. This was spur of a moment. Tell her it's a prank. And luckily they don't have a lot of people in there.
Oh boy.
Okay. I can be honest.
Oh gosh.
Hello? She's still listening for it, probably. Oh boy.
If you get into trouble, I didn't. It's not my accord.
It's not your accord.
It's not my fault.
I'm not gonna get in trouble. I'm not gonna get in trouble. What are they gonna do?
Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I went back there and I couldn't hear anything, so
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right.
I'm really sorry.
Well,
I can help you.
What was your name again?
Bethany.
Bethany. Okay, Bethany, I want to thank you so much for going through that. And I do have to let you know you're currently being recorded on a live stream right now. And I hope that's okay. It was a prank. Don't worry. You're okay. I've never actually been to Kentucky.
Okay, well, you just made my day a lot better, so thank you for that.
No problem. I hope you have a great day, and I love Pizza Hut, by the way.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, at least we made her day better. That's cool.
That's cool. Exactly, Enderwolf. Score.
Oh man. All right. Again, we would not recommend doing this yourself, but that was pretty interesting.
That was fun. I don't know. I might have to do that more often.
Oh boy. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of the Morning Metro. I will hopefully, for those of you who are following me on Twitch, which of course, if you're not following me on Twitch, you really should follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/grid21. That is for people who are on YouTube and on hearthis.at. But for those of you that are on Twitch, I might do a later stream today. I don't know how my day is going to go. I will post in my Discord and on Twitter whether or not I'm going live, so keep an eye on both those locations. You can follow me on Twitter at _grid21, which sounds a lot better than my actual original Twitter name. Actually, I like the sound of that now. Gertrude, of course, thank you for being here and for the hysterics of the prank call as well. Thank you to everybody who also who was hanging out in chat and all that jazz. We'd greatly appreciate it. And until then, we will catch you guys later and have an awesome rest of your Saturday.
Indeed.